Welcome to another fantastic episode of Small Business Celebration Meat and Potatoes Live. We are here at Modern Gigi, as always, and our guest this week, we're going to be talking about how being involved in your community is good for business. And we couldn't do this without our presenting sponsor, Oliver & Associates, and our location sponsor, Modern Gigi. At Oliver & Associates Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction, it's a life moment. That's why they're committed to building relationships that last. They take the time to truly understand your needs, your dreams, your stories, so they can find you not just a house, but a home. Give Oliver & Associates a call at 661-808-3444 or check them out at yourrealtor.us today. Today's Meat and Potatoes live episode location is brought to you by Modern Gigi Gallery, an ultra-modern art gallery located in downtown Bakersfield, California, featuring the artworks of the modern abstract artist Johnny Ramos. Whether you're looking for artwork for your office, your home, or a postcard that you can send as a thank you note, go to Modern Gigi Gallery, located at 900 18th Street in Bakersfield, or give them a call at 661-840-8729, or email them at art@moderngigi.com today. Welcome to Small Business Celebrations Meat and Potatoes Live, and our guest this week is the Kevin Burton, the Administrator of Client Relations with Klein, DeNatale, Goldner. Welcome to Small Business Celebration Meat and Potatoes.
Hey, welcome, Michael. Glad to be here, buddy.
And for like the one or two visionaries who don't know who you are you and what is it that you do?
So I'm Kevin Burton, and I am the Administrator of Client Relations and basically business development for the firm. And so I've been working for Klein, DeNatale, Goldner for almost 8 years now, and help derive corporate business for the firm and oversee our marketing budget for the firm as well. And then also, the politicos here in town when there's politics happening, that kind of comes through me, and then it goes off to our equity partners that are part of that committee, and we move forward.
You wouldn't be at KDG if it were not for the great Harvey Hall.
Yeah, I think Harvey was a mentor of mine.
Former mayor and owner of
Hall Ambulance. Yeah. I was his public relations director back in 98, 99, and 2000, and helped with Gene Tackett run his first campaign for mayor in 2000. We won the primary in March,
right,
with 11 candidates, which is it's unheard of.
Sure.
There should have been a runoff in November.
Right.
But we worked very hard to get him elected, and it was very promising, and we won. Unfortunately, during that time frame, I had a lot of opportunities that come up to work for other companies, and I took a right-hand turn and went off to a small law firm for about 10 years. Then I went off to San Joaquin Community Hospital.
And this is something you did that's affecting lives for generations to come. What did you do at San Joaquin Hospital?
I was the first president of the foundation there at San Joaquin Community Hospital, and my project was to help raise millions of dollars for a cancer center. And we went out and studied to see what practices, what would be a great state-of-the-art cancer center would look like in Bakersfield. And we derived the AIS Cancer Center. It's named after Advanced Industrial Services. Leslie Knox gave a $2 million gift to that. We received a $1 million gift from Dr. Don Cornforth that used to own Quest Imaging.
Right.
And we had several other enormous gifts that came through. And all in all, with all the monies that were raised during this time period and through the time I was at the hospital, was millions upon millions of dollars. And we couldn't have done it without the support of the board and so many other supporters that helped us during that campaign.
What attracted you to Klein, DeNatale, Goldner?
I always wanted to work for a larger law firm. Klein, DeNatale, Goldner, when I worked for my first law firm, very small one back in the day, KDG was always on top of the game. You always saw their attorneys at the events. They were very outgoing. They were very easy to converse with, and most attorneys aren't.
Right.
And they just had this openness of the firm, and they were the largest firm here in town. And I just thought, what a great opportunity to be able to have to be able to work for such a promising firm here in this community.
Is Klein, DeNatale, Goldner business friendly?
Very. very business friendly.
What are the kinds of things that they do in the practice of law for business owners?
You know, we're always open to new clientele to come through the firm. We're at probably 99% referral base. You'll never see us do any commercials.
But what kinds of things do they do for business owners? Do they, what kinds of litigation do they do, or what kinds of practice do they do?
You name it. So anything from real estate to commercial real estate to estate planning, to probate, setting up corporations for businesses, tax law,
Litigation?
Litigation, you betcha. Transactional work, we do a ton of transactional work. We do a lot of HR work, in California. If you live here, if you do work here in California, and you own a business here in California, it's not if, it's when. You're going to get sued.
Right.
And so we have 5 attorneys in the HR area. We also have 2 HR senior consultants. We have water, ag, we do oil and gas at the firm.
And your piece of the pie of all this is community outreach.
Oh, it's great. It's the best job in the world.
Which is the reason we're here talking with you today, because you spend 80% of your time out in the community. And what is it that you do representing KDG out in the community for nonprofits?
So nonprofits, myself included, belong to a lot of different nonprofits. I chair a few nonprofits. I'm on the board of a few nonprofits. A lot of our attorneys at the firm belong to nonprofits. If it's not just here in Bakersfield, we have an office in Fresno where our attorneys up there belong to nonprofits. Our Santa Barbara office, the attorneys there belong to nonprofits there that give back. San Diego, give money, also give back. Ryan Bright there that runs that office. But it's us giving back to the community. We have a great firm. We have a lot of clientele that come through the firm, great relationships, but we didn't get here just by ourselves.
Right.
We have to get back to the community. We have to let the community know that we love this community. We've been here 72 years. And we want to make sure that the public knows that we're not just doing work, taking in clientele and holding this and keeping this money for us. We're giving back to the community. We want to say thank you for allowing us to do business here in your community.
But there's a lot of firms that all they do is just write a check. Because that's the easiest thing to do, because everybody's busy and that sort of thing, and everybody's got, I want to make sure that my business's name is up on some placard or on some banner some way. So I'm just going to write a check and have a nice day. But that's not what you do.
No.
Describe for Visioneer Nation the process you go through, because this is the key, the meat and potatoes that we're getting to talking about tonight.
Well, one of the things of the firm is that, for instance, our managing partner is Barry Goldner, and that's the Klein, DeNatale Goldner. Barry and his equity partners of the firm push and allow and let our attorneys know at our firm that we want you to be part of this community. We want you to get involved. We don't want you to just be an attorney at the firm, but we want you to reach out. We want you to be
do more than just write a check.
Nonprofits.
Right.
We want you to give back. If it's going out and working with the puppies on the street corner, working with folks there, working with folks at the homeless center, working at the rescue mission, if it be with CAPK, if it be with Kern Health Systems with some programs they've got going on, whatever it be, it's got to come from your heart. American Heart Association, the Cancer Society, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Be part of this community. You live here. Our firm's going to be here.
Right.
But I want each and every one of you to find that passion and be out there and give back to the community.
There's also another part of this, and this is something that conflicts a lot of business owners a lot, because we only have so much time in a day.
Oh, yeah.
And every nonprofit in the world is knocking on our door.
Oh, yeah.
I know personally with Small Business Celebration, usually it's 2 to 3 times a week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's just me. Yet I can imagine what a firm like yours goes through.
A lot.
And yet you have to weigh, okay, my participation in this nonprofit, is it for my heart, or is it going to be something that's going to make my business more pronounced and more public facing in a good
yeah.
way. How do you discern which is which? Because both are perfectly legitimate. Both
yeah.
are perfectly fine. But how do you go through and say, okay, this is a passion project for my heart. This is a project that will make the firm look good.
Oh yeah, and you're right, Michael. There is those events out there that you know that you have to be part of. This is a business community. It's a business
right.
Investment for certain nonprofit or certain events that come up. And that may be through like the Current Economic Development Corporation or something like that.
Right.
But we want to balance that out in between our nonprofits. And yes, there is nonprofits out there that we just can't give to. We do the best we can, and maybe it's a donation, maybe it's not a sponsor and a table, but we give them a donation for the cause.
Right.
And other nonprofits we've been going to for the last 6, 7, 8 years, and we've seen the growth of this.
Right.
You know, I think one of the biggest things for our firm, and just like any other business, it was the same thing when I was at the hospital. When we have tables, you've got to fill those tables.
Right.
But I think at the firm, you know, I'll go around and meet with the attorneys to see, hey, who can we fill in here? If it's not just the attorneys, it's our clientele. So I request a lot from our clients through the firm, come out and enjoy this amazing event that someone's putting on. And I get a lot of clientele that likes to come and sit at our table.
Do you do that with prospects too?
Oh, much so, you betcha. Oh yeah, a lot of prospects.
Okay.
I'll have some this weekend. We have the Global Family event coming up this weekend at the wonderful hangar.
Right.
And we have some folks from the firm going, but we also are going to have some clientele that's going to be going there as well. And it's nice having clients at our table to just say thank you for being a client, and then be at this beautiful event where they are now they're tied into the event. Maybe next year they want to give to the event. And so I see a lot of that throughout the year, and it's nice, you know, but there is a time where you have to say, hey, you know, we have to balance this out.
Right.
And you know how it is. April, it's March, April, May is the three big months.
Well, September, October, November is the other half.
Is the other half. So
and forget about seeing all the holiday parties.
Oh yeah, summertime's great. But come September, October, November, man, you're busy,
right.
and then you get all the Christmas parties.
Right. So let me ask you this, because this is something that a lot of business owners fret over, and when I say fret, they really do, is you get bombarded. And when I say bombarded, I mean bombarded by a lot. How do you discern, okay, these are the core values of our business.
Yeah.
These are the events we're going to support. And by doing so, this gives us the ability to say no to other nonprofits that don't align with our company or business values.
Well, you know, we have our core values. What we do look at is when I have an attorney at the firm that calls me and says, hey, Kevin, I belong to this nonprofit. We have an event coming up. I'd like to do something about it. Our attorneys have their own individual marketing budgets. Some are smaller than others. The equity partners obviously have larger budgets, and they've been part of this community for a heck of a lot longer than the other attorneys. So I'll run it through them. If an attorney calls me and says, Kevin, I have an event coming up. I'd like to sponsor this. Well, what level do you want to sponsor this at?
Right.
You know, and I'll start at a lower level and say, hey guys, are we going to fill a table, or do we just want a few seats? And then that's how we go about, you know, through that. To balance this out with other nonprofits, a lot of times if I don't get a phone call or an email from a particular nonprofit, then it's very difficult. I get stuff in the mail all the time.
Right.
And they're nonprofits, I don't even know who they are.
Right.
And the relationships, if there's a relationship there, someone at the firm is going to let me know.
Right.
Because they're going to receive the same letter.
Have you ever chosen to be part of a nonprofit or be part of an event for a nonprofit with the knowledge that the reason we're attending is so that we can elevate the company's profile because we think that it's good business to do so?
Oh yeah, you know, that's why it's important for like Anne-Marie Odo at our firm, who oversees our communications and social media for our firm. She's our manager there. She'll take the information from an event, and we know that this is a special event, and she'll promote that through our social media. She does a phenomenal job on it,
Right.
and it really markets the firm of, hey, KDD is not just a law firm,
Right.
but we are part of this community. We're giving back to this, and we know a lot of our clientele are also donors to these nonprofits as well.
Or potential.
Or potential. Yeah, or potential.
Now, Visioneers, we love to play the fortune cookie game. I got totally enraptured in what Kevin was talking about, because this is fantastic stuff. But now it's time for the fortune cookie game. Now, Visioneers, if you're not familiar with the way the fortune cookie game goes, I have a sealed fortune cookie here in my hand. I have no idea what the fortune inside the cookie is, but Kevin has to take this cookie, open it up, crack open the cookie, and read the fortune. And at the end of the fortune, say, "In my business," and elaborate. Are you ready? It's all yours. He is now opening the fortune cookie.
All right.
We'll see if he gets the cookie crumbs all over this beautiful new tie that he's got. He's opening the cookie. He is pulling out the fortune, and it says,
"True friends will be there for you when needed at the special events that we help promote through this community."
nice. And elaborate on that. Elaborate on that.
The events that we attend
Right.
are filled with friends from this community. And it's nice having the outreach that we have here in Bakersfield and throughout the Central Valley, because, again, 99% of our business that comes through the firm are referral based. And it's all because of the friendships we've been able to develop over the last 72 years at Klein, DeNatale, Goldner. And it is amazing. It's great to see. And being here almost 8 years, I see it literally every week. I get referrals from new businesses or from people who are looking at just seeking out an attorney for whatever reason it is. They call me, they email me, they text me. It's great. I love it. And that, again, it's the relationships that we have here through the friends that we've developed over the last 72 years.
And that is why you are Mr. Bakersfield.
God bless you, Michael. I love it, man. I love. It's the best job in the world, and it's the best city to live and work in. That's for sure.
Now, Visioneers, if you've been watching the main show, you may not know that behind the scenes is producer Emily. Yes, she pops up in a lot of fun in some of the B-roll that we do. But what many of you may not know is that she is 180 degrees the opposite of me in so many wonderful ways, because she thinks of the questions I don't even think of. And in fact, there have been more than one episode where I've just cut my questions out and put hers in. So now it is time for the great producer Emily, and as she goes through and grills the great Kevin Burton.
Hello Visioneers, my name's Emily. I've got questions, and if you've got questions, feel free, drop them in the chat. I have my notes, I have the show notes, and I've got the chat open, so feel free to ask them. It is great having you here.
Thanks, Emily. Glad to be here. Having a good time.
Yeah, well, I've been enjoying taking notes as you talk to Michael in the back, but, well, I'm in the back, you're obviously in the front. But I was kind of curious, what is the secret to getting people to give? You obviously give thousands of dollars each year. What is it that is about your company that really brings people in and wants them, or they want to give with you?
You know, it really comes from the heart. It has to come from the heart. It has to come from the soul. And hearing from an attorney that calls me and says, "Hey, Kevin, I'm part of this organization," or I've been part of this over the last few years. We'd love to be part of this event, and what's the reason for it? And then they will embrace whatever the overall notions of what their thoughts are on the seriousness of being part of this community and being part of this event. I think it boils down to the passion, the love for that individual, and there is times where we'll say, we don't think it's probably a good fit for the firm, and then we move on. But more than likely, the attorneys, when they come through and it's really something that they're interested in, we're gonna do something.
And is that part of your hiring process when you bring someone into the company? Do you ask them what they're invested in?
I think one of the things that we do when people come to the firm, some new associates that come to the firm or new clerks come to the firm, it's letting them know that we want you to be part of this community. If you're in Bakersfield, we want you to be part. We want you to embrace Bakersfield, and then that gives me then the opportunity myself, Anna Marie at the firm, or some of the other attorneys at the firm to introduce them to people in the community and nonprofits that we think maybe their passion may be dogs. So we'll link them into
what you're doing,
Marley's Mutts or something like that. Or if maybe their grandmother passed a cancer, we'll get them involved in some kind of cancer. But it's our relationships that we have that we can then bring them in, and let's find that niche, let's find that heart. And we know they work hard. They're working 17, 18, 1900 hours a year.
Wow.
But we still have to get back to the community, and so have that time. Make that time. It's important.
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't ask, what do you give back to?
So what I get back to my Bakersfield West Rotary, my Buttonwillow Lions Club, Cap K. I'm the chairman of the Cap K Foundation. I give back to Kern Community Health Systems. I give back to the Bakersfield Fire Department. I was a reserve for 18 years. I'm a city fire commissioner now. I give back to Keep Bakersfield Beautiful. I was on the founding board of Keep Bakersfield Beautiful in 2000. So I'm really involved with cleaning up our community. I'm really about making sure that our community is clean and it looks beautiful when others come into Bakersfield to see what Bakersfield has to offer. And Links for Life and the American Cancer Society and the American Heart Association, they're very dear to my heart, and I will continue to always be part of that. If it's not giving monies, it's giving my time and my expertise, and I love it, and I love this community. It's great to be able to raise a family here and be able to give back. And that's why I think I have a great fit here at the firm, because the firm has that same mold as I do when it comes to giving back to the community, and I love it.
Yeah. What would you say to the business owner who they want to give, but their business is struggling, so finances seem rough, and because their business is struggling, they don't have any time because they're always trying to fix things. So to the business owner that really has a heart to give, but feels like their time and their treasures are tied up, what encouragement would you have for them?
I think the encouragement for them is just to really balance out their daily lives of their business. We know if it's struggling, it's going to be there for a while, but give that time when you can on the weekends. Go out, be part of the Keep Bakersfield Beautiful. There's other nonprofits out there, the Rescue Mission. Just go serve food. Go to the different charities that do good work, like Cap K. They're providing food meals for the seniors on the weekend. Just give back a couple hours. That's fine, but give back to them and promote that. Let the public know what you're doing.
Start small and build up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope that those struggling businesses can do better and be able to eventually give back to the community that they live in and they do so well in.
Yeah. For your business and for other businesses that are giving back a lot, how do you balance social media? Because some people could see it as, oh, look at what we're doing. It can be almost a prideful thing of we give here and we give there, versus no, this is a genuine from our heart, and that's why we share about this online. How do you balance that?
I think the balance of that is, and Anna Marie Otto does a great job at the firm balancing out our events, because we do go through other events that we might not put on social media, some smaller ones that maybe I'm just attending one here, but I think the balance is really letting the public know of just a nonprofit, what they're doing, and the great things that they're doing, and how they're building their collaboration up to the community. And it's not just the firm, but again, it is a partnership between KDG and that nonprofit. But I think you'll see a really good balance on our Facebook and our social media that Anna Marie is able to do, that really shows the importance of not just our firm giving back, but others giving back too, because we'll promote and we'll also show other companies who are giving back at that same event. Again, it all comes from the heart. We've got to give back to our community, because our community has given back so much to us in the 72 years that our firm has been able to be here. And we can't thank the public and our clientele and for allowing us to be here for 72 years.
Yeah, I'm sure what goes around comes around too.
It does.
As you guys have seen after 72 years.
It's a lot of years, but the great thing about it too is that the business has been able to grow because of the great work that we provide for this community.
Yeah, well, and going to the chat, actually, we have Mimi Schoen 7337 says, tell us more about the practice areas you cover. What exactly does the business practice? What areas?
So the firm practices in a lot of different areas. So anything that deals with corporate work, if you have a business and you've got needs in your business, it could be HR work, or you want to set up a corporation, you need a trust done, family trust. We do a lot of work in those areas. So anything dealing with real estate, commercial real estate, HR, all different litigation in HR for our firm.
Oh, wow.
We also do the estate planning and probate for the firm. Oil and gas, we do a lot of ag. We have a big water department, probably the premier water firm in California.
Oh, wow.
For water issues throughout California.
The whole state?
The whole state,
Oh, my
you betcha,
goodness.
the Central Coast. Our firm is very prominent. We have attorneys at our firm, like Joe Hughes, that is very prominent at the state level, and they know him very well. And then, just going through the different areas of litigation. If there's litigation out there, our firm is an enormous litigation firm. We've had some great results over the last several years on some big cases. And we also do personal injury at the firm as well. We represent a lot of clients. You'll never see us again. You're never going to see us on commercials. This is referral based to our firm.
Really?
And we have some great clients, and a lot of our clients, I said, they refer business to us on a daily basis to the firm.
So why do social media but not promote?
Because the firm's been around so long, we have such great relationships within our community and business relationships that the business is always going to be there because of the relationships we have.
I see.
So people trust our firm, and they trust those attorneys. When they hear of a need out there, the first thing they do is call the firm.
I see.
And they call that attorney, or they call myself, and they know that we'll take care of it. And I always tell everybody that when I'm out there, call me. I'm the mediator guy at the firm. You call me, I'll take care of you. I'll get your things taken care of and get you in front of an attorney. I had a big corporate matter come in this morning. I got a hold of the attorney. He sent me over some dates and times. We're all set to meet with this new client on the Wednesday. And that's how I do my business throughout the week too, with new clientele. It's great. It's great.
Well, and what is it like, because you don't practice law,
No.
but what is it like working for a law firm but not having a law degree, the ability to practice? So what is that like, being the bridge?
I like being the media. I like being that point person. I like the guy that can bring people together. And that's what I've done the last 25 years in my business, is bringing people together. And I love when I can take someone out there that has a serious need. Maybe they're in trouble with taxes or whatnot, and I can get them to the right attorney at the firm, or the right attorneys at the firm, and they can help resolve that matter timely and make it so much easier, because then that client is going to be referral for the firm.
Ah, I see.
They're happy, they're going to refer back to the firm, and then those clients are happy. Their referral to the firm. It's a trickle effect. And being 72 years old and having I think, the best attorneys that a corporate law firm could ever imagine. We have some top-notch attorneys at our firm. They do hard work. They work for clients that have up to 6,000, 8,000 employees.
Goodness.
and we do great work. And again, we give back to the community, and so it's twofold. It's twofold. When people see that as well, that you're part of this community, you're giving back to the community, they're in return are going to say, hey, I saw Klein, DeNatale, Goldner. I remember that firm name because they were at that event. I like to have them. They must be part of this community. They give back. I'm going to call them. So our estate planning has really increased a lot over the last, really probably since COVID.
Wow.
We've always had estate planning. It's always done very well, but since COVID, well, you see a significant increase.
People are a lot more
Conscientious now of what could happen. Yeah.
I'm definitely sure. Losing my train of thought. Well, I am getting the snaps. We have 2 questions left, Visioneer. So now's your time if you have anything in the chat to put it there. But total side note, you got to tell me about the pink tie and the striped pants. And maybe Visioneers can't see the striped pants, but
I love my suits. I use a company out of Hong Kong, L&K. I love my suits, and I love my pink ties. I have a big collection of ties. I'm a pink guy. I love my pink tie. Oh my gosh. You don't have to just wear it in October. You can wear it throughout the year. I have my blue ties, and I have a lot of yellow paisley ties. I love my yellow paisley ties.
Okay.
But I'm a suit guy. I've been wearing cufflinks for the last 25 years. I really got this from Harvey Hall back when I was his PR guy back in 1998. Well, no, the cufflink shirts.
Oh, okay.
So the French cuff shirts really are shirts that he was wearing, and I learned that back when I worked with him in the late 90s, and so I've been wearing this for 25 years now.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And how does the fun outfits, how does that bring clients in?
You know, it is funny because I get a lot of compliments on my suits. In fact, someone was walking up today in the elevator going to the 2nd floor to have an estate done, and he says, hey, nice suit, sir. And I said, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It is. I'm a suit guy. I love my suits. And if anybody's ever interested and wanted to get more with my L&K, I always have people throughout the year, Kevin, when's your suit guy coming? Just like Michael did.
Really?
So coming in June. He'll be here in June. He comes here every June. He comes here every December. And so
really, all the way from Hong Kong?
I always have 6 or 8 new people going in with me to get their shirts and their suits and at very reasonable prices. You can't beat it.
Wow.
Can't beat it. Yeah.
You're doing business in all directions.
I've been going to this guy for 15 years. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Kevin. And if Visioneers want to get in touch with you, I know you've kind of said it, but say it again. What are some ways that they can come to the firm?
Oh, you know what? Please, if you're interested in coming to the firm, you can reach me, Kevin Burton, at 661-328-5269. You can reach the firm at 661-395-1000. That's our direct line at the firm. And our offices, again, are Fresno, Bakersfield, Montecito, and we have one in San Diego. They're in Encinitas, and would love to have. And then you can go to our website, www.kleinlaw.com. www.kleinlaw.com.
Okay, Instagram, Facebook?
Instagram and Facebook as well. Nice. We're on all that. And then you can see that because Anna Marie does a great job promoting our firm.
Yes.
Does a phenomenal job.
Well,
that's Anna Marie Odo.
Well, thank you. And I'm sure Visioneers, right after this, you are going to go straight to the Instagram, Facebook, check them out. And if you want more from Small Business Celebration, this week we had a wonderful episode with Joseph Hernandez of InMotion Pro. We talked about if your equipment is holding you back, the difference between being a boss and a leader, and it was a great episode to help you grow a strong and profitable business. And with that, we will see you next time for another episode of Small Business Celebration. Meet with you.